Are you ready? Check your reality.
The comments and opinions of this program may be considered offensive. Viewer discretion is advised. Uncommon Sense is now available for your listening convenience on Anchor.fm. Anchor allows our podcast to be available on more platforms. Click a link in the description below to connect to your favorite listening app and stream Uncommon Sense today. Thank you for your listening and supporting our show. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and lay a smackdown on that notification bell to get notified anytime we post new content. Thanks again from your hosts at Uncommon Sense. And welcome back to Uncommon Sense. Today is September 17th, 2021, and I am Billy. And in the studio today, I have Mr. Butch, Uncle Butch.
Uncle Butch right here, hoping to bring some common sense to this uncommon sense in the world.
I'm uncommon. What are you saying?
I'm a commoner.
I'm an uncommoner. That's a thing now.
It's a thing now. Hashtag uncommoner.
Hashtag uncommoner.
Watch us start finding it all over Twitter and Facebook.
I'll be like, woohoo, I'm famous.
That'd be the shiznits right there.
Back to the show.
What are today's topics?
Today we're going to just kind of talk about some random stuff going on, like the hot topics of the day, I guess.
That'd be a good one.
Here recently, someone brought up the homeschool rate.
Oh, yeah.
It has skyrocketed, dude.
I've heard it's increased quite a bit. A lot of people pulling their kids out of school, homeschooling them now, getting them out of that public school because of all these mandates, that and the fact. And I seen the letter from the school district.
If they ain't pulling their kids out of school, they're like seriously getting involved in the school board. Like, Did you hear about that thing that happened in Arizona not too long ago?
Not too long ago, no.
A few months ago,
What happened?
A bunch of parents went to the school to talk to the board, or went to the meeting or whatever to talk to the board.
Right, the school board meetings.
They wouldn't let them in. The security guard wouldn't let them in, and so they were kind of giving him a little bit of a hard time because they're like, this is
a public forum.
We should be allowed to be here.
Yeah.
This is, we have a right to
It's
have
open to the public, and it's
say.
open for public comments.
Yeah, and we have a right to have a say in what our kids are learning, the system that the school is using or whatever. We have a say in that. We're their parents.
Exactly.
Well, they wouldn't let them in, and then somebody comes in and said that the whole board just resigned. Right there on the spot. So right there on the spot, they had a vote. And there was parents in the room that
voted with them.
That stood up and said, I'll take this part. And, they basically filled the board that day.
Wow.
With parents.
That's good, though.
That was somewhere in Arizona, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
I applaud them. Yeah, a little silent applause. If we had the money for an applause machine, we'd get one, but we don't have one. Therefore, if you feel like donating, please do. If you don't, that's fine too. Just keep listening, and we hope to bring you great content in the future.
And believe it or not, comments do a lot.
Comments do a lot.
Comment on the video. I mean, liking helps, but commenting is actually one of the bigger promoters.
We start getting paid, or have the possibility of getting paid on a certain platform if we have so many followers and we have so many views, but we don't want that. We want comments.
Yeah,
those are more important to us.
That actually
than all
is
that.
More important to me anyways, because I want to know what people think about stuff.
Right.
I want to know that I'm not the only uncommoner out there.
Yeah.
I'm all alone. Okay, for real.
All right, for real, let's get back on subject here. Topic.
What subject? Just kidding. Okay, so I actually looked up the statistics. It says there were about 2.5 million homeschooled students in spring of 2019, which would have been 3 to 4% of the school-age kids, right? The homeschool population has been growing at an estimated 2 to 8% the past several years, but grew drastically to 2021. So I looked up 2021, right?
Right.
Homeschoolers have 15 to 30% higher scores, blah, blah, blah. And the number of homeschools children has increased by almost 50% from 2020 to 2021.
Wow.
So in a year.
Yeah. And to me, as a commenter. And if you
go back to 2019, we're at like 5 million students now.
Right.
that are homeschooled.
That's
That are
doing better
as many.
than those kids that are in public or private schools.
Yes. Twice as many.
Oh, yes.
As was 2 years ago.
That's great.
It's wonderful.
That's great news because it means that the parents are taking an active participation in the development of their children. And they don't want them to be indoctrinated, but they do want them to be educated. And I applaud them for that.
But that kind of sense it's not common anymore.
No, it's not.
That's why we named the channel what we did, because the way that we think, it's not mainstream anymore.
No.
There's so many stupid people.
We being in Oregon.
Oh, look at all the stupid people. Homeschooling, I think, is so important nowadays because you never know anymore what your kids are being taught. And more videos are coming out, like teenagers filming on their phones what their teachers are doing.
Right.
I don't really know why anybody's shocked, to be honest. At this point, why is anybody shocked?
Yeah.
Just get your kids out.
Yeah, just pull your kids out. Do the right thing. If you're not doing it for yourself, do it for them. Don't let them be indoctrinated by teachers that are doing this stuff.
And it's happening as young as preschool and kindergarten.
That's right.
And then they're trying to get kids to go to school at like 3. Moving on a little bit, just kind of a funny thing I saw. It's, let's see, Charlie Kirk posted this. This baby gave Biden the total stiff arm as Biden leaned in to give this poor baby a kiss. Straight up, this baby was like, no, you're creepy, get away from me.
Don't touch me. I hear you sniffing the air. Stop it.
Get away.
Stranger danger.
So that was just kind of funny to me. I'm like, see, even babies know.
Oh,
babies know he's creepy. How do people not see this?
Babies, I mean, you know how animals are a good judge of character when it comes to people?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can tell a good guy from a bad guy.
Yeah.
And they act differently around them. Well, babies have that same instinct. And when big old dude is trying to lean on in for a kiss, and the baby's sitting there going, oh no, I seen videos of you, dude. Not
right?
the tongue.
What gets me too is most people, if the baby put his arm out and was like, no, I mean, his face was obvious. He was saying no. Most people would be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, little guy. Shake his hand or whatever and move on. No, Biden continued to lean forward and kiss the baby on the head.
Yeah, and sniff his hair.
No means no, dude.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that child is not of the age of consent.
And even if he was, he said no.
He said no. He stiff-armed you. No, he's not trying to say he's going to be a football player later on. He's saying no to rape, dude.
Just get away, you creepo.
No means no.
The other hot topic I wanted to bring up, though, is kind of funny to me. It was all over my YouTube this morning.
Right.
Nicki Minaj, of all things. I'm like, what is
What's going on with Nicki Minaj? Yeah.
She's like calling out the White House for lying about her invitation to said White House. Because I guess in an Instagram video or something like that, she said that she was invited to the White House. And then the White House turned around and said, no, she wasn't. So now she's saying that they're lying about that. But before that, she probably was invited to the White House. And then they were like, no, because she won't take our vaccine. We can't have her here.
Right.
So she put up this tweet a couple days ago or something like that. It was on the 13th. She says, my cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. What a bit. What?
Yeah, I heard about that. You didn't know about that?
What about sickness and health, lady?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you're supposed to be marrying him, not a private
I love that Nicki Minaj, though, is telling people to pray on it. I think that's kind of comical.
Yeah.
And make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. So she's got a good point.
Right.
Although I found this completely hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so her good point, though, is that don't let people bully you into doing something you don't want to do.
Exactly.
I mean, some of us are old enough to remember the DARE program.
Mm-hmm.
Just say no. So you don't let your friends peer pressure you or bully you.
Right.
Or coerce you into doing drugs that you don't want to do. So if your friends can't do this, and it's not right for them to do this, why is it okay for your government to do so?
Right.
So I did see a clip, though, earlier of the Instagram video where she's kind of just ranting or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, how are you guys not seeing this? You guys don't see what's happening?
Oh, yeah.
And then she was talking about how she remembered going to China and how weird things were in China, that they couldn't talk about certain things while they were there and this and that. And, she was like, okay, that's cool, respect the different culture. It's very different from America. That's was to be expected.
Right.
But now that all this is happening, she was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, what? I can't talk about this? I can't ask questions? Like, what kind of world are we living in, guys, when we can't ask a question?
Right.
Do you not see what's happening?
Or you can't mention or talk about it for fear of going to jail.
Yeah. I mean, if Nicki Minaj can see this, how blind are you people?
Exactly.
Come on. She's nothing but a big booty and a made-up face. Like,
yeah.
I mean, really.
She was YouTube famous before she got real famous. Yeah.
Yeah. She was YouTube famous for shaking her butt.
If I had a butt like that, I wouldn't be a male.
I would, right. Like, there would be a problem. If you had a butt like that, there'd be a problem. So, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if Nicki Minaj can see what's happening, open your eyes, people. All right, and then the last kind of little funny thing I wanted to bring up was Michael Knowles. If you go to his page 4 days ago, he posted this thing. It says, epic rant from black woman destroys Joe Biden. Straight up, dude, it was
epic. If you haven't
epic.
seen this video yet, you need to see it. We will put a link in our description.
I will put a link because that was funny. That is worth watching. I watched it like 3 times and laughed so hard.
She speaks for a lot of people, though.
She does. A lot of people.
Yeah,
well,
they
and
feel
the guy
the same
that
way.
apparently like put up the thing, he even said on there, Joe Biden, my patience is wearing thin. America, with her right there. Like, this is America's general reaction.
Right.
To Mr. Biden.
Yes. Yeah, I can't call him President Biden. I'll call him Mr. Biden.
And she's just going off. She's like, who the hell do you think you are? I'd say the rest of it, but
yeah,
I'll let her do it.
She does it much better.
She does. Oh, one more thing before we go.
This is like the fourth one more thing.
I know. Larry Elder lost in California.
Yes, I heard that. And for some reason, Californians still wanted Newsom. Although the recall effort was very, very overwhelmingly successful.
Yes. And there was some very odd things going on with the election process.
Yes.
The voting process.
Yes.
In
and
California.
They're saying the Republicans didn't turn out like they should have. That's the excuse that's been out in the news and New York Times.
So go back and listen to the last, week or so. Listen to or watch Rubin Report.
Yes.
Because he'll talk about it. He lives in California. He's been helping Larry Elder as best he can.
Right.
I thought he was going to cry on TV the other day.
Oh, man.
And Dave was so upset. He's like, I'm not even going to pretend that everything's okay. He was like, glug, 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 glug. Today sucks. And I am not happy.
Right.
He couldn't even fake it for the camera that day. He was so upset, dude.
You know what? He must have felt like millions of Hillary supporters in 2016.
Yeah, except he wasn't crying in the middle of the street. This can't be happening.
And that'll be all for us from tonight here in the studio, Southern Oregon, shouting out to everyone. I'd like to give a personal shout out to a certain conspiracy theory and Bro Momento, and let them know that we are listening. We do talk about our listeners. We bring them up now and again. So if you're out there and you're listening, this one's for you.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
You ain't my pimp, n***.
Damn it, Billy. Give me back my liquor.